Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. This movie's as lucky, but tries hard to be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo. A remake like one, but it's just number 2. Does not mean it's bad. It's just not as good. Judging by that song, you could tell it's not supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I mean, most of my problems with Mary Poppins Returns is that it tries to capture the look and feel and spirit of the original, but the biggest thing is that it doesn't have any heart. The big thing about the original Mary Poppins is that there are a whole lot of dedicated people involved. This sequel doesn't have any real sort of originality. It feels like a huge retcon of the original, mainly because you can compare so many things from the original and put it in there. And it's just so sad. I was really expecting to really get myself into this film. I kind of did. The songs were good, but that's the problem. It's just the songs. Everything else is just, oh man. Let's talk about the songs. It's not Sherman Brothers. I mean, Richard Sherman, he was involved, but only as a consultant. You can easily make comparisons to the original film. I can name like 2 examples. Travel on a Life Fantastic, it's the Step in Time or Chim Chim Cheree. And Turning Turtle, that's I Love to Laugh. And I'll just name one more. The cover is not the book, it's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious all over again. It's just unoriginal songs, but they're good, they're catchy. I've actually started humming a lot of these songs right after I left the theater. I'm actually really happy about the songs, despite the apparent comparisons. But now to get the elephant in the room out of the way, Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins herself. She's decent. She's trying to do her own thing with the character. She's not trying to be Julie Andrews. I do think she's a decent enough Mary Poppins to stand out. I actually really did kind of see her in the role a few times. Another thing about the actors is that there's Lin-Manuel Miranda as this guy named Jack. He's supposed to be like Bert's apprentice or something. It kind of mentioned it. But I wanted Bert back. I mean, I know Dick Van Dyke, he can't really play that character that much. He's in the movie. I'll just say that. To me, honestly, Jack feels like the throwaway Bert in the entire film. Another thing, the kids. They feel like the kids from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. It's kind of disappointing. I mean, if you've seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks, those kid actors, they feel like they're barely even trying. But, yeah, they're just not very interesting kids. I mean, original Jane and Michael, when they were kids, they were great. You actually felt for them. You knew what they were going through. These kids, I mean, you can kind of tell me they lost their mother, I'll just say that. But there's really no emotion with it, like really no pain with it. It just feels like, yeah, it happened. I'm like, oh, come on. Last thing I want to talk about is the anime sequence. It's well animated, the characters are good, but there's a problem with it. It's like they're barely interacting with the actors. The original, you can almost feel like they were there with them. This, like you could tell they're characters and they're not doing anything with the actors. Overall, I recommend this movie if you're curious as to how they would do Mary Poppins now in a way, which is probably not a good thing, but it all depends on you. This is Sudoku Brony saying this movie can go fly a kite. And did this movie really need a chase scene and a bad guy?